Street Talk with
Jamar
and Rick.
This is the place where we have
the uncomfortable conversations.
3, 2, 1.
Hit it! So, what is the uncomfortable conversation today?
The uncomfortable conversation we're having today in January 2025 is your boy, the Orange Man.
It's gotta be.
It gotta be, man. Cutting food stamps. That's the first thing. Like, what's going on with that? Like,
okay, they did roll everything back, but it feels like that's what it's gonna be every day.
Right, it's gonna be a whole new,
like, shock and awe. Like, I don't know if anybody feels like you just living in shock and awe. Every day is something, and then, oh no, we didn't mean that. We're gonna run it back. But this stuff is crazy. Now, probably some of y'all that might be viewing probably voted for him. He got a lot of votes. Man. I mean, it's not like he didn't win by a landslide. He did.
Yeah, and I know why, but I ain't gonna mention that on the air.
Honestly, I think it is more like multifaceted than even like Democrats or whatever thought. I think it's more to it. I think it is like, I mean, the world is already crazy. You know what I'm saying? And you can't go too long with career politicians doing nothing without just voting for somebody that's going to do anything.
I mean, understandable.
And so, like, even though I don't want a president to do anything, I think some people believe that anything is better than nothing.
I mean, we had a lot of presidents not do anything.
Right. I mean, I feel like most of the time, because of just the way government is set up, they almost can't do what they promised. It's so much infighting, so much like, you know what I'm saying, if the House is one way but the Senate is the other way, we can't even get the bill written to get to the Senate to get it voted on. So it depends on all three parties, and he coming in there on day one just writing executive orders. I think people like that. I think people are like, oh yeah, about time somebody just broke the law. But
I don't think
they thought they liked it.
They
thought they wanted it.
Right.
Until you see this joker acting like we're gonna cut Medicaid and school lunches and all of that. I mean, if it hadn't been for everybody freaking losing their minds on,
right.
Some of that probably still would have went. They probably still would have done it.
I mean, it's gonna condition us to just accept some of the things
True.
that
Message. That's
like
the other side.
Shock value. Like after a while,
yes,
you're gonna become numb to what he's doing.
Well, because we're numb to Trump.
Right.
I mean,
by now we should be.
he's like normal,
right,
to us now, and I think doing it right off the gate, just hitting them with just here's one thing, and the next executive order, and it's only gonna be 2 genders, and let's kill DEI. This is the first 2 weeks.
They didn't waste any time doing that either.
I think people will just check out.
Right.
And after a while, it's going to be easier and easier for them to just slip stuff through the cracks because everybody's going to be too tired to care. I mean, I'm not.
Message! I'm not either. I ain't got no choice.
I mean, and then it's uncomfortable already being just a black man in the United States of America. Already. You add on to that, stripping away the stuff that's supposed to make it easier for you to get ahead, it's already rough.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's already rough just walking in being your color. Now they never
behind.
Right now.
Coming in the games 5 steps behind.
They never wanna see us that because I feel like you just don't know another person's plight because you just can't see. You can't walk in their shoes. You got to have a lot of empathy to do that. And we know this administration ain't about empathy. That's not what they're trying to put out. But I think making it difficult for just everybody to get ahead. That whole DEI thing, they make that about black people. It's about women too, who also weren't allowed to work, vote, go to schools. That's why you had all-girl colleges because they couldn't go to every school. And I mean, I feel for the ones that did vote for them when it starts affecting you and your daughters. Because it ain't going to just affect one person, it's going to affect everybody.
I mean, it's starting to affect the Latino community that voted.
You can't make this stuff
ironies. That's all that says.
And then on one way you look at it is like, well, if he was here illegally, then you got to go back, to where you're supposed to be. I understand that. We can't just have a country with no freaking border. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's where the whole like argument gets lost, because it's like Democrats want open borders, Republicans want closed borders. I think everybody wants something that makes sense in between. Like regular people, us, that, you know, I don't know what they want in Washington, but we just want, like, we want it to work, people to come here legally, you know,
not the criminals. We don't want the criminals. We're not trying to segregate everybody.
Right. And then I think if people are here, the common sense thing to do would be give them time to naturalize, whatever you call it. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, well, yeah, we're going to start sending y'all back in November. Or, you know what I'm saying? He's got 2 years to do whatever he wants. Some people might be able to become citizens, you know, and get through the process.
But not only that, but take care of the Americans that's already here.
Lord knows.
Because we have a lot of people that's here. And
listen, if you was gonna waste $800,000 to fly, 400 Colombians back and forth to Colombia and back and forth, you could have just gave that out in the hood.
or in California where they
get
$770. And even in Asheville?
Yes, North Carolina, where they flooded.
Yeah, and it's still bad out there.
I mean, $800,000. It's ridiculous that they put them on, because I don't know what flights these are. These must be planes made out of gold. But a flight, you know, costs, I don't know, $400 or $500 a person to go to Colombia.
Just gas up the jet and go ahead. Like, that's it.
I mean, they putting them on military flights.
Right.
That instead of it costing $8,000 to fly them there, it costs $800,000 to fly. Why? And then we talking about not wasting money? $800, most of us with $800, that would be like not having to work. But $800,000, we wasted that on flying people who I don't know if they said any of these people were lawbreakers. I mean, did any of them commit a crime? Or
I think some of them was like
sure,
because what I think I really feel like he's gonna at least boost the economy.
I think a lot of good stuff is going to happen.
I think some good things are going to happen with Trump. I think it's going to boost the economy. If he's cutting certain things, I feel like he's going to add in other areas. Because he's a businessman at the end of the day.
He's a bad businessman.
He's a businessman at the end of the day.
But I will say that his mind is only on the dollar.
Right.
Because Lord knows he's crazy as a bobcat, so his mind ain't on nothing else. But he is greedy, you know what I'm saying? And so he knows his way around the law and how to make sure we keep money, even though you owe people billions. But his approach to other countries, I think, is the only thing that's had me in the last couple of days, like, well, I wouldn't have minded that approach from some previous presidents.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because this man got these folk out here really shook. Like, the Colombian president, like, well, we gonna just come get them then, doggone it. You know, he got Canada all ruffled up because he said, y'all gonna be the 51st state. They having press conferences and stuff. If I was the president of Canada, I wouldn't have even said anything about it. I just wouldn't have gave it, you know, the time of day. But the fact that they are shows how he got them kind of like, oh, what they gonna do? They said on the phone to Greenland, he literally says to them, how much would it cost? Like, to buy you. I think that's funny. Right. But I also think as a world leader to another world leader, it does make the other person go, either this guy is for real or he's out of his freaking mind. Either one of them ain't good. Right. It's like Putin, you know.
Yeah, but I'm gonna give Trump a chance, and I think people should give Trump. At the end of the day, he's our president. At the end of the day, can't do nothing about that. But we done had other presidents in office while we was alive, and some prior to
this
us.
Is true.
You know, that have
done some stuff.
Yeah, had done some stuff. So until he, you know, get to where Clinton was,
I mean, he has been. He's been impeached twice.
Trump been impeached twice?
Yes, where you been?
He got impeached
twice. He got impeached twice.
How you get impeached twice in one term?
Because he didn't the impeachment went through the House, but the Senate didn't vote to actually make him vacate the
And he
presidency.
had the Senate.
So he just stayed, yeah. And then they did it again, and he just stayed.
And he beat Fed charges. Yeah,
This man.
He ain't beat him, but he still became the president.
He really is like a
I mean,
mafia
he
head.
did beat a couple charges. Like he
No,
got.
I mean, technically.
No, for that one case, he got
To me,
slapped
beating
for
a
it.
charge is just not having to go to jail for it. Like, yeah, he might have got convicted for 34 felonies, but he ain't served no time on what anybody else
Not
would have
one
served
day.
a life sentence
Not one
because
day.
he won. So,
Even Thugger done sat down. He had to be in that building for a little while.
and I come from old school church folk that said God chose president. Like, no lie. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I still believe that. I still believe that at the end of the day, however it works, it's whatever God wanted it to be. And so you do pray, you know, you pray for success. Ain't nobody out here praying it for a downfall. We don't want a war. So, I mean, I guess that is the uncomfortable conversation that even if you don't like it, even if we don't like the guy and the stuff that he's doing, I'm still praying the Lord move on his heart or somebody else's heart.
Somebody that's in that cabinet back there.
Do the right thing. I don't want another pandemic. Last time Trump was here, last time he was here, we had a whole pandemic. So I don't know if the Lord mad with him or happy with him. Because if he sent another one, I'm like, God.
And then they found out Trump knew, like, a couple months
Way
prior.
before.
Like, yeah, a couple months prior. he
Way.
knew.
I mean, that's old news, but yes, way before. All right, we gotta get. You know, I can talk about Trump all
Yeah,
night.
we're gonna get off that.
I can talk about him all night. And we will have more episodes about this. We'll have to do one night that's just politics night, and invite some other people to like kind of chime in about it. I don't even mind hearing from the other side. It's difficult because so much of it is Trump personality that I don't like, so it's hard to just like comprehend somebody behind it. But the policy talk, or you know what I'm saying, like what's actually happening, I'll talk about that stuff all day because it affects all of us. And the kids, the school system, I mean the marriage equality, all of that stuff, it affects all of us. So anyway, that was my take on that uncomfortable conversation. You can't even have that conversation at work no more.
Nah, not this year.
My God, I don't even talk about politics no more at work, the barbershop, church. At one point, you thought you were safe places. Now, you don't know if somebody beside you voting for that. Anyways, all right. Well, we hope y'all join us again. Let me see. How do we end? All right. Thank y'all for joining us today. This has been SweetTalk, StreetTalk with Jamar
And Rick,
This is the place where we have all the uncomfortable conversations. Join our TikTok, SweetTalk, StreetTalk. We'll put it below. Join our Instagram,
our YouTube,
We're gonna be our
Facebook fan page.
Facebook, Twitter.
Yep.
We'll be showing music, new music.
Ricochet.
This guy right here, Ricochet, with a new project out.
None of their concerns on the way.
Yeah, all that good stuff. I have a mini series that's going to be coming out. We'll talk more about that one in another video. But just tune in and like and subscribe. Join us. So look, y'all, remember, despite all the craziness that's going on today, laugh, enjoy life, heal at the same time. You said love? Yeah.
Love him.
All those things. You only got one life, so
Make it count. Yeah.